Welcome to Software Shenanigans. This is just Chris. Owen's not here. It's just me this time. Right, we're going to be talking about smoothing groups. Smoothing groups are basically what makes... basically, when you have a light in the scene, a smoothing group will act differently depending on... Sorry, the object will act differently depending on what kind of smoothing group you have applied to it. So, let's get cylinder out here. There we go. Right click. Convert to editable poly. Let's go to polygon mode. Right. If I select, let's put... Actually, edge faces is pointless in this one. Owen's gonna be angry. Right. These are the smoothing groups. At the minute, you can see it has 4. So, well, it has a smoothing group selected. So you can see all of these side faces have 4 applied, so they're all the same. But if I change that, if I get rid of the number, as you can see, the object is no longer smooth, because the smoothing group is differently applied, and therefore the light is hitting each of these faces individually, rather than as one object. If I select the top, which has a smoothing group of 1, each smoothing group is a bit like having a number applied, and it tells the computer which faces are of the same. The light is hitting the same way, basically. So without a smoothing group, it's hitting one face at a time. All faces in the same smoothing group will be hit equally. So if I select the top and the sides and the top, and I apply them with all the same smoothing group, as you can see, now the top and the sides that have 4, the light is hitting them all evenly rather than hitting the top and the sides. So we got evenly, and then if I change that to 2 and render again, it's hitting the top and the sides differently. This is very good if you were to make something like a sword, where you don't want the light to be hitting the blade all evenly. You want dead straight lines. Actually, I can show you, I believe. If I get a... There we go, I'll get a box. I'll make a box like so. Right, imagine this box here is the 2 sides and the core of the sword. Right click, convert to editable poly. If I have both the sides, if you click clear all, it will remove all smoothing groups. If I have both of these sides under the same smoothing group, it won't look like a sword, because the core's gone. The light is hitting it as if it was a flat plane. But if I apply, say, smoothing group 2 to that one, and a smoothing group 3 to this one, actually Ben might make that 2, I'll make that 7. Now the core has reappeared. So the light will be hitting both edges of the sword differently. One of the good things we can do, if I make a bit of an odd shape, let's go back to this cylinder. Actually, I'll make a new cylinder. That cylinder's bad. I've made a bit of a mess. If I make a cylinder, and increase the segments like so, right click, convert to editable poly. I'm just going to make this a bit of an odd shape, so I'll pull those in, put those in, and those in. There we go. As you can see, all of these are of the same smoothing group, so the light is affecting it all evenly. But I don't want that. I want each one of these segments to be identified as a different segment, so the player knows that this is one segment of this handle. So if I select all of those, actually I will select the whole object, and I will click clear all. I will select the top and the bottom, and I'll give that smoothing group of 1. And then if I go in the side view, click and drag over that segment, I'll give that smoothing group of 2. I'll select the next segment, give a smoothing group of 3. Select the next segment, give that smoothing group of 4. And finally the last segment, give it a smoothing group of 5. As you can see, now the line between each segment is more pronounced. If I go to the render, you can see now that each segment is separate. And that is the end of this tutorial. I hope this has been informative. It's so much nicer without the banter. It's so much nicer. And I can do my thing without getting hit. I can do my thing. I can do this without getting hit. Hello. Owen isn't here today, but I am very glad that you liked the tutorial. I'll see you next time.